would yell about it. And then Elias would roll him up and pin him for the win. So, yeah, not the greatest finish ever either. 9 minutes.
No, how long? Yeah, I was going to ask how long this went. 9 minutes. Again, it was, I think this is one that is on the pre-show probably.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's on regular WrestleMania. That nobody really cares about this feud. It's kind of just whatever.
And then even then, it's just kind of weird because it's like, once again, the guy's like considered by a lot to be, their top heel. And here you are having this guy wrestle in a match like this, which is just insignificant. And like this, as you said, this would be like probably like a kickoff show match. So really, like you have your like top heel like in that kind of position.
And the annoying thing is, I would say because of where Baron Corbin is right now as a heel, I think he's improved as a wrestler. I'd say have him win Money in the Bank, but you can't because you don't want him to be one of the only 2-time Money in the Bank winners and not have won a world title.
Yeah. So there's that. Yeah. So there's that too. Because as I said, he's a solid wrestler, and whether he has the right type of heat or not, I mean, granted he has it, so I guess you just work with it and you kind of like embrace that fact. So like it works, but yeah, I don't know. Something's still not right about that whole thing. And he won King of the Ring, and honestly, it really hasn't done anything for him. I guess the only good thing it did is it gave him actual ring gear.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
So, yeah, we both went with 2.5 on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad, but whatever, I guess. So next we'd have the Raw Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch would defend against Shayna Baszler.
This was interesting because as I don't know if you guys know this, but Cameron does, I'm the biggest Becky Lynch mark in the world.
Uh-huh.
To a level that's inhumane. I went into this thinking Shayna has to win, but I'd like Becky to win, even though it wouldn't make sense because I'm such a Becky mark. But
well, at least you understand that.
No, I understand that. But we get to the match, and I was joking the whole time saying, "Hope Becky wins this just so I can go on Twitter and be an asshole." But so we get there. We get to the match. The match was actually starting to really pick up. You had the great moments where Shayna threw Becky's head into the announce table. Just some brutal stuff like that. And it was really starting to pick up for me. I think, okay, we get into like 5 minutes of this. It's going to be really good. Let's just start let's rolling. And then Becky went off like a roll-up.
Uh-huh.
Like, it was a very weird ending. My guess is this would not have been the ending if we had regular Mania.
Uh-huh.
And I think the only reason they did this is because Shayna's going to get the belt off Becky. That's what I think, at least.
Yeah, it still could happen.
But my guess is they want to do it in front of maybe a crowd
of some kind, at least.
They'll try to do it at SummerSlam, and maybe if Corona's still going on, then maybe Survivor Series. It's pray to God it's not still going on with when Survivor Series hits.
I know, you can only hope.
So at that point, maybe they'll try to do that, but you're getting to a point with Becky, and even I'm a Becky fan. If Becky holds this thing to SummerSlam or Survivor Series, maybe to drop it to Shayna, that is going to be a ridiculous reign.
I know.
Like, how long would it be if she made the Survivor Series?
Well, we're at a year now, and November is 7 months away.
Yeah, exactly. Like that would be like...
So, I mean, that's like a 19-month title reign.
Yeah. That's longer than Punk's, isn't it?
Oh, it's way longer than Punk's.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's like, you approach a point where you say this is getting ridiculous.
Oh, she'll have that thing beat by SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's what I think. But I'm just saying that my guess would be she'll probably drop it at SummerSlam to Shayna.
Uh-huh.
But like I said...
Well, we have to see what happens with call-ups, too, with NXT and whatnot, so...
Yeah, that's true. But I think that, again, because right now, based on what happened with the show, if there are call-ups, NXT's about to get destroyed.
Uh-huh.
With their women's division. They're getting someone, but we'll get to that.
But, yeah, there you go. But a couple quick things I noted was before the entrances, Becky would arrive in her truck at the Performance Center.
Yes, she would.
Oh, well, don't be that guy.
When the man comes around.
See, that would have probably worked better at a Mania or something, because she just pulled up to the building like
Mania,
that.
She would have driven it out to the stage.
I think it's a little goofy or whatever, but, it is what it is.
It is. So her character for the last 5 months has been goofy.
Well, yeah, when she came out that one week, with that, with the glasses on and all that, I'm like, this is kind of silly.
Yeah.
Then we'd, of course, have the entrances, intros, but, the sound that the bell would sound, the usual. I noted at this point it was the best match of the night going at this point so far. But it was weird because the match would just end abruptly as it was picking up and just end kind of uneventful.
Yeah.
And
like you said,
she's gone through the whole women's division too, so.
That's the problem. There was nobody on Raw left for Becky to beat. She's beating everybody. Like, it's... Same, we'll get to it later, but same with Bayley with SmackDown, where you're at a point with Becky where it's like, the only person that can beat Becky is Ronda Rousey. Like, that's... That's it. And it's, and we're at a point where I don't even know if Ronda's coming back, and I don't know when she would be. But what do you do now? Because why does Shayna get a rematch, storyline-wise? What gives her the right to have a rematch?
I know.
Because she lost fairly to the champ back in the line. Like, that's the way it should be. But obviously can't go that way, because if that's the case, Becky's going to hold that thing for another 25 years. And you're at a point now where I feel like because of this win, I'm very interested to see where they go.
Yeah, so there is that, and I'm just trying to think of like what they do, and I guess you could say they'll do a rematch at some point. But see, they did it so well because first they kind of jumped to the whole thing where they had Shayna attack her, and then she like bit in her neck, and then it's kind of like, well, they've already got this feud going, despite her not even being like in contention for it. But then she went through everyone else in the Elimination Chamber, which for a lot of people, wasn't the greatest chamber ever. But see, I didn't mind it because I thought it served the purpose, and they had to do it that way in order to get her over, or try to get her over at least, and like try to like have her look dominant and look strong in like a short period of time. So I thought they accomplished that, but I don't know. We'll see what happens, but it actually didn't get a lot of time either, because it ended as we said abruptly. But they only inked out like 8 minutes and like 50 seconds, so like just under like 9 minutes. That's kind of sad.
Which was interesting. So I wonder if this match would have... Because I can't imagine them doing this at Mania, like the real Mania.
They probably would have gotten like 13, 14 minutes.
Yeah. I also don't think it would have been where it was on the card at the real Mania.
Oh, yeah, because what was this, like third match? Yeah. But I still, I liked what they did. So we both went ahead and gave it like 3 1/4. So it could have been like even higher had it gotten just more time, because it was really picking up as it ended. Mm-hmm. So next we'd have the Intercontinental Championship match. Sami Zayn would defend against Daniel Bryan. Zayn would have Nakamura and Cesaro in his corner. Bryan would have Drew Gulak.
I think just not enough time.
Not enough time, and I just don't like this thing by design.
Well, because the problem is Sami's being the chicken shit heel now.
Yeah, and I'm not against that, but...
The problem is Sami's a really good wrestler, and I want to see him wrestle. Like, that's my issue with it. And when you say Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan, that has the potential to be a show stealer. And it just wasn't. It was okay. Again, at this point, I think at this point in Mania, we got to a point where everything was just okay. Mm-hmm. And this match, all right, I guess, could have been better. Sami retained. Okay, Sami's actually been kind of interesting character-wise recently.
Yeah. I was shocked when they put the belt on him in that handicap thing with Strowman.
His stable's kind of weird. But
it's bizarre.
It's 3 guys who have, like, no connection to each other.
Yeah.
So I don't really have anything to say about this.
Yeah, so this would just start out where Sami Zayn...
I hate that belt.
Yeah, I don't like it either. When I saw the first image of it on, like, Twitter or whatever, I'm like, oh, it's different. But then when I actually saw it, I was like, yeah, this is not going to work. Then when I saw Strowman with it, I'm like, this looks bad. I already missed the old belt.
Yeah, for sure.
Even the one they had like in 08 and 07 when they, like with Jeff Hardy and whatnot, like that belt was like, and well, no, I like that belt, but that was far better than that too. I think every Intercontinental title before that was better than that.
Yeah. It doesn't look like the Intercontinental title.
It doesn't. It's just I don't know what to make of it. It just seems like it doesn't. It's just not even like it wouldn't be a good. I don't think for anything.
No.
So yeah, this would begin with Sami Zayn. He just ran away from Bryan, and then Cesaro and Nakamura, they would just try to interfere. Gulak would actually take out both of them for a period of time. So I'm like, something's up here. Because at that point, I'm thinking, like, if he took both of them out, I was thinking something, like, weird was going to happen.
Yeah.
And then from there, Bryan and Zayn, like, they go at it a bit, and then Daniel Bryan would get in some offense, he'd beat on Sami. Then I guess Cesaro and Nakamura would eventually get back in the picture. And then they distract Brian. Zayn would get him with the hula kick. And then 1, 2, 3, match is over. Underwhelming though for me because when you hear like Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan in a match,
like I said, yeah,
you think it could steal a show. And when I actually remember hearing this, I'm like, you know what? They might not be in front of a crowd. And you might not have everyone chanting yes and whatnot. But I thought if there was any two people that could find a way to make a match like that work without any fans and find a way to like be like that talented of like workers and wrestlers, I thought these guys could put it together. But I don't know. Most underwhelming Daniel Bryan match I think ever.
Yeah, probably.
And I just didn't like the way they portrayed Zayn in this one because as I get he's trying to be like, you know, the chicken shit heel kind of deal. And I'm not against that, but I just like this everything just felt out of place. I also didn't like Cesaro and Nakamura and like Gulak's involvement in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I also didn't like the way they portrayed Zayn because it seemed like at moments they tried to make it seem like he forgot how to wrestle. I
got that too.
Because he was like trying to just avoid everything.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't know if that's part of that's because like, you know, he had been a manager kind of for a bit and he wasn't really like wrestling on his own.
Maybe the whole thing is just weird with him. I don't have much to say.
And I was happy when he won the title too because I'm like, thank God he finally won a singles title.
First singles title in WWE.
Yeah, since NXT especially.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like on the main roster, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, he was well overdue for that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and this was another one that didn't even get a lot of time. Like 9 minutes, 30 seconds is what I had recorded.
Well, they had to be prepared because they knew they had Goldberg and Braun coming up.
Oh yeah.
They were going to take at least 20 minutes.
Yeah, so that was like a 2 for me.
Yes, around that for me too. Let's just get the next one. This one was kind of just a big disappointment.
So next we'd have the triple threat one-on-one ladder match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. John Morrison defending the tag team titles by himself against Jimmy Uso and Kofi Kingston.
Let me say this. I understand why they had to do this, but still, I wouldn't have done it because, let me just say, the match was good, and I understand why they had to do it. Having the tag belts defended by one person in a triple threat match is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It is like, because it's just like, it's tag team wrestling.
I know.
You can't. I understand why they did it, and yes, I thought it was one of the best matches on the show.
Oh, it was, yeah.
It's still because once again, like even though I'm not a fan of it, you have 3 guys that are perfect for a ladder match.
Oh yeah.
You know, John Morrison probably gonna jump off a ladder and do 75 360s in the air. You got Kofi Kingston in there, and Uso too. He's really good. And then you have, it was a good match. I was really happy with it. I'm really happy Morrison retained because I think he had to because I can't imagine the Miz and Morrison losing a belt
in a match that didn't involve tag teams.
Competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think
match. They had to win. I still wasn't a fan of it just because of the little concept of it, but whatever.
Well, I think Morrison and Kofi are like kind of like one in the same realm, like in terms of style. So I thought that made for great. And as I said, Jimmy Uso. I mean, either him or Jay would have worked in this, but I guess they just went with Jimmy or whatnot. I don't know how they determined that, but they just went with him, I guess.
Well, because he's down since day 1 ish.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, it was easy probably to bring him in because Naomi was in a match too. So they, this is the most bizarre concept I've ever heard of. But despite that, they did make the most of it. There were some creative spots. There was a Starship Pain spot.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was sick. There was also the Spanish Fly spot, another one that comes to mind. There's the part where Morrison would tip the ladder over with Jimmy Uso landing on the outside. There was a pad there. There had to have been something there, obviously.
And the guy's not just going to land straight up on the outside like that.
Well, that and there's like no fans, so it's like he's just killing himself for like no reason, basically.
Are you kidding me? Thank God Jeff Hardy was in this. There have been like, Jeff, there's no fans. He would have said, okay, can I go through a table on fire with thumbtacks on it?
Yeah.
That's some stuff we would have done.
Uh-huh.
It's just... It sucks because for it to be a good ladder match, guys have to kill themselves. That's just how it is.
Yeah, you got to put it all out there. You got to you got to go hard.
It sucks to see 3 guys who are great for a match like this go all out and really like hurt themselves and just go all out for it, and there's not even a popcorn concessions guy walking around. Like